to have and to hold, and from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to loved and to always cherished. Pain, loved, and sacrifices is always in the beginning, because happiness is always found in the end. But what if it really doesn't exist? To qualify the annulment, these are the following grounds. Includes the lack of parental consent, insanity, fraud, impotence, serious and incurable STD.
Good morning, Sitch. So, ano ang masasabi mo nung naghiwalay si mama at papa mo?
Medyo okay lang kasi nandyan naman sila lolo, lola at papa at si mami na nag-aalaga sa amin ngayon.
Ilang taon ka nung naghiwalay si mama at papa mo?
Mga 4-5 years old po ata ako nung naghiwalay na sila.
So, nung time na yon saan kayo nag-stay?
Kila lola.
Bilang anak, saang parte ng relasyon ng iyong pamilya ang nakikita mong maaring di buo o kulang?
Yung di buo po kasi wala po si mama na nag-aalaga sa amin at si lola lang po yung gumagabay. Si papa yung sa amin, nagpapadala ng pang-araw-araw namin.
Tanungin ko lang, Sidge, ano ang pangalan ni papa mo?
Ramwell Labrador.
Anong trabaho niya?
Army po.
Saan siya ngayon naka-assign?
Sa Mindoro.
So, sa mga napapanood mo, sa mga karanasan ng mga kaibigan mo, na maiugnay mo din sa karanasan mo, yung mga time na naghiwalay yung pamilya nila, ano yung nafe-feel mo sa tuwing nakikita mo yun?
Medyo masakit na kasi wala akong mama, papa lang na nag-aalaga sa akin.
Okay. So, minsan pag nakakita ka ng mga buo na pamilya, ano yung naiisip mo? Naiinggit ka ba? Or naiisip mo na, okay lang yan kasi ako meron pa rin nag-aalaga sa akin?
Medyo naiinggit rin po kasi may mga magulang sila, buo po sila, at may mama po sila.
Okay. Thank you, mama at papa mo.
I feel sad kay nagdako ko sa hindi kumpleto mga pamilya.
Pila ang edad mo to naghiwalay si mama at papa mo?
Tung wala pa ko na bata, naghiwalay na sila kay nang hindi pa ready si papa nga magkabata mo nagabayahin si mama.
Okay. Bilang anak, saang parte ng relasyon ng pamilya ang nakikita mo maaaring di buo o kulang?
Ang pagpalangga sa ako kasi nga akong papa kay pagdako ko wala siya sa akong papa.
Okay. Sa mga na-experience mo, nagapangita ka ba sa pagpalangga, sa pag-care? Tapos kung nakakita ka sa buo nga pamilya, anong maisip mo? Mainggit ka ba? Or ma-feel ka nga okay lang na kay ara pa man si mama?
Kung ako makita ko sing buo nga pamilya, daw mainggit man ko kay syempre pag dako ko wala si papa sa akong tupad. Pero okay man lang sa akong subong kay ara si mama kag strong independent woman siya para sa akon.
Hello everyone, I am Martin Santiago Paha from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. And today, please help me welcome my interviewee, Miss Beverly Santina.
Thank you and good morning.
So guys, good morning. For today's video, we're going to interview Miss Beverly about an annulment. So ma'am, let's get started.
Yes.
Okay ma'am, for question number 1. Suppose that you are in this situation of annulment. What would you feel if your partner does not sign or agree to the annulment paper filed against or filed by you? What are your possible actions or solutions to consider?
Okay. So first, I'm gonna answer your first question, which is, how would I feel? Probably mad or dismayed. And then what are my possible actions? My possible actions are, first, I'm gonna talk to my attorney. I'm gonna talk to my attorney for the possible solutions. And the second one is, maybe we should talk to each other, the sincere. Kailangan namin ng masidsid na pag-uusap.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Let's proceed to the question number 2. Do you think that marriage annulment is a way to resolve a relationship or a family problem? Or if ever you will agree to this, are you willing to pay an amount approximately 100,000? If yes or no, please state your statement.
Okay. So for me, it's not the solution for the family problem because we can resolve problem through masidsid ang pag-uusap. And then I would not pay for that 100 or millions of amount of money for that expensive annulment.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So, ma'am, here is the question number 3. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. We are all aware and we know that marriage is a sacred one, and in our country, Philippines, it is highly influenced by church. So, for instance, if your partner filed an annulment case towards you, will you accept it or not?
Okay, so Martin, let's make it clear siya ang mag-file sa akin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Martin's probably depends on the situation. If we have kids, so probably that's 50-50 for me. But if we don't have kids, we can sort out things, we can fix things. So probably yes, that's yes for me.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. For question number 4, suppose that you are in this situation. You may live a life with a complete family, but you are not happy. Or the second one is to live and file an annulment case towards your partner, and the result will set you free and will make you happy. What will you choose?
So Martin, that's very tough question. Probably I'm gonna choose, wala pa akong anak ngayon ha, and I have no husband. So for me, I'm gonna live with a complete life with the family na lang siguro. Because in this situation, iniisip ko yung aking mga kabataan, yung aking mga anak. So magpapakamartir siguro ako para sa aking mga anak. Magiging mabuting, kahit hindi na mabuting asawa, basta mabuting ina na lang. Because love is sacrifice, kung saan masaya yung aking mga anak, doon na rin ako kahit ako man ay nahihirapan. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, let's proceed to the question number 5. So, based on your personal perspective, do you think in a real-life situation, without the presence of church and state, is annulment considerable as an ethical or unethical act?
Okay, for me, Martin, it's an ethical act. Because without the presence of the church and the presence of government, annulment is acceptable in our country.
Thank you, ma'am. Question number 6, are you ready?
Yes, anytime.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So, ma'am, what can you say if your parents wanted an annulment? If they were granted, with whom would you like to live? To your mother or father?
Okay, so kung gusto na ng parents ko ng annulment, then let it be. Diba? It's not because situation nila yun, it's not my situation. Okay, so sana ko papanig or sana ko pupunta. Probably I'm gonna choose my mother, of course, because walang makakapatay sa mother's love. And again, I'll support their decision because it's their decision.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So, my first question po is, suppose that you are in the situation of an annulment, what would you feel if your partner does not sign or agree the annulment paper that you have filed?
Siguro madidismaya at may halong takot ang aking nararamdaman.
Thank you po. So, my follow-up question po is, what is your possible action or solution to consider this one po?
I think ang posibleng solusyon sa ganitong sitwasyon ay ang masinsinang pag-uusap namin.
So, thank you for that answer po. Okay, ma'am. So, for my second question po is, do you think marriage annulment is a way to resolve a relationship or family problem po?
Siguro hindi. Maaari pa kasing pag-usapan ito na mas masinsinan at mas malalim na pag-uusap namin dalawa.
Oh, sige. Okay, thank you po. So, ma'am, here's my third question. The third question po is, we know that marriage is a sacred one and our country is highly influenced by church. So, for instance po, your partner filed an annulment case towards you. Will you accept it po or not?
I think it depends upon the situation, but if yung sitwasyon is grabe na, then I would consider yung divorce muna bago ang annulment.
So, thank you po. So, for the fourth question po, suppose that you are in the situation na po sa annulment case na, you may live a life with a complete family but you are not happy po, or to live and file an annulment case towards your partner and the result will set you free and make you happy. So, what will you choose po?
Siguro, I would prefer complete family but not happy. For the sake lang po ng mga bata and sa future nila.
So, that's all po. Thank you po. So, for my fifth question po, based on your personal perspective po, do you think in a real life situation po, without the presence of the church and the state, is annulment po ethical ba or unethical siya?
I think depende sa kalagayan ng problema na nararanasan ng isang relasyon kung accepted ba or hindi.
Okay, thank you po. So, ma'am, for my last question po is about what would be your insights lang po. So, if your parents po wanted an annulment, then if it is granted, with whom would you like to live? With your mother po or father?
I think sa mother's side, kasi siya lang yung nakakaintindi ng nararamdaman ko at siguro kasi mas malapit ako sa kanya.
That's all lang po. So, thank you po. So, ma'am, thank you for your insights or your perception about this issue po, which is the annulment. And thank you for your presence po as one of our interviewee this time. And also, thank you for watching and God bless po.
Okay, in conclusion to the questions that were answered by the interviewees, they answered that they feel dismay and they wanted to have an in-depth conversation with regards to an annulment. Next, they're also not favorable with this annulment and they are not willing to pay for 100,000 amount to grant their annulment case. Most of us wanted to have a normal life. A life which has a complete family and a life which stays together even how the world wanted to separate us. As a child, annulment is a thing that very scary for me because it has a lot of something to do or something to do to change in a family. But then again, if someone is being hurt too much, which resulted certain illness or damage to life, then I think annulment should impose. But in general, when we feel that something is changing in our all, members of the family, or something that is different from before, then we should start having a family conversation or an in-depth conversation between the whole family and the members of it. Then, with that, we can have a strong connection and most of all, showing and giving them love is totally what matters to them.
Give it to me like